Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are jumping into all of my subscription box makeup for the month of October, trying all of it on. We've got IPSY, we've got Boxy, we've got a whole bunch of stuff on, and we're gonna test all of it today. This is the final look, and some of the items needed a little salvaging, but all in, I think I really like how it turned out. Very fall, very vampy, loving the red lip. Let me know what you think. As always, but if that's something you're into, make sure to keep on watching and don't forget to subscribe because I upload every other day. That'll be the best way to stay up to date on all the fun stuff I'm posting. So if you want to jump into this with me and all of the products that we're testing out today and then some, stay tuned. All right, so my base is already done because I didn't have much to try in the base department, but I am trying a new cocktail of things together. Today's priming combo was the Ole Henriksen Strength Trainer Peptide Boost Moisturizer on top of the Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Primer. Love this. Really like this. It only launched about 2 to 3 weeks ago, so I've only been using it for about 2 weeks. Really like the way that it hydrates. Once upon a time, I can get away with just using this. But my skin is so much drier than it used to be that this combo has been working really well. And I think everything looks pretty good. Doing a pretty standard base that I would normally do. Beauty For Real MVP Tinted Moisturizer with Tarte Shape Tape. Pretty normal for what I do enjoy. But this cocktail has been fantastic. And since the base is already done, we're going to move right into the next item, which is going to be eyeshadow. This came out of Boxycharm this month. It is the Ciate London Spiced Eyeshadow Palette. Grab some brushes, but I think, the lights went very Halloween today. I wanted to go a little more on the orangey side, so I think I'm gonna do maybe these pumpkin-y cranberry tones. I don't know, we'll see. I'm gonna start with this shade up here because it's the warmest of the tones, and I'm gonna take that in my crease. All right, so it has a decent amount of pigment, but it's blending really nicely. So I'm gonna pack on a little bit more and really blend that up the crease. That way when we go in with a darker shade, it'll be nice and smooth. Next, going into the deep brown down here, I'm gonna use the same brush. I'm not gonna pick up too much. I'm gonna concentrate that lower on the outer corner and then blend that up towards the crease, but I don't want to go too high on the crease. I really want to keep that to the lid. And once those colors are in place, I'm going to go back into that first shade and I am going to diffuse the edges. Now I'm going to go back into that darker shade with just a small amount on the tip of the brush. And I'm going to work that into the lower lid area again and towards the crease, just to add more dimension. And as I do that, you'll notice I'm going to tip my head back because I really want to get the skin of my crease nice and straight so that there's no patchiness. And then again, once everything's in place, just with whatever's left on the brush, blending it towards the inner corner, just so you get that gradient of color and everything looks really well blended. All right, before I decide on a lid shade, I'm gonna jump into the Tattoo Pencil Liner in Verdetta Green from KVD Vegan Beauty. This came out of IPSY this month, and I'm gonna put that in the waterline, and I'm gonna go in pretty bold because I want it to be a vibrant green. So it's coming off with a little more of a navy blue green undertone, almost like an aqua, but you're getting part emerald, part navy. I was hoping it would be more green than blue. I love the formula because it's a formula I've already known I liked, but I do wish the color was a little bit deeper. On a double-sided pencil brush, I'm going to start with that dark brown shade that we already used, and I'm going to blend that under the green. When you put a brown so close to a green, it is going to make that green pop a little bit more. And then on the larger side of that brush, on that first peachy orangey color, I'm going to blend so that this darker gradient brown on the outside and the upper lid connect. And then as I come out here, I'm going to soften and diffuse those edges just to blow it out a little bit because we are officially in fall. So this is when I like things to be a little smokier. With that first brush, I'm just gonna blend those edges a bit more, just so everything feels like one eye look and not like the top and the bottom halves are like two separate looks altogether. And normally I would go right for this champagne tone down here, but today I'm gonna go for the bronzier tone. And the Ciate eyeshadow is one that I've used before, so I know I like, and I know I prefer to spray it with a setting spray. So I'm gonna use the Toy Factory Super Set Hyaluronic Acid Setting Spray, which I did use on my base already. This came in this month's Boxycharm, and I'm gonna use that just to foil the shadow. So that color is beautiful. I'm gonna take a little bit more of that same shadow dry and just press that over the top. I'm going careful in small little patting motions so that I don't get any fallout. And I'm taking it a little bit over that dark brown. And then just to blend it together on that first brush with that dark brown again, I'm going to build up and blend the edge again, just so that we don't lose that smoky definition. All right, I'm gonna do this on this eye and I'll be right back. Now that that's done, I'm gonna take that lightest shade and we're just gonna highlight the inner corner. Normally I do it with a flat brush, but today I'm gonna use a very thin pencil brush because I want to precision spotlight the inner corner. And then with that same brush, I'm gonna slightly blend up and slightly blend down. And that'll give me that haloed effect on the inner corner. And then to finish the eye with a clean brush, I'm gonna blend the under eye out a bit so that any fallout, not that there is much, will just kind of settle in and make it look a little more put together. All right, for mascara today, I'm gonna try out the Item Beauty Boost Juice Lash Primer. We've got a lengthening side and a volumizing side. I'm gonna take the volume side and put a little bit on my upper lashes. This is blue, but I'm gonna go on with a black mascara on top of it. I actually really like the look of the blue mascara. I'm gonna give it a second to dry down. I'm not going to use the volumizing side. That one's more of like a fiber, it's like a lavender color. I don't love a ton of fiber in my brows, but I do really like, putting on a lengthening primer because I do find that they work. For mascara, we're going to try the MAC Cosmetics Lash Stack Mascara. I couldn't even get a full size. It was sold out. So I got the travel size of it. But I have heard amazing things about this. It went viral on TikTok like maybe 3 months ago, but happy to give it a try. I'm gonna put that right over the blue. I had I had a pair of lashes on deck in case I didn't like how it looked, but I think it looks good. So I am gonna skip the lashes. I'm not getting a ton of blue like still visible, but I am getting a little bit. So if you're somebody who like hates the idea of any blue in your mascara, or you really, really like a deep, deep carbon black lash, then you may not like using this lash primer. I actually liked how the blue lash looked, so this kind of blending and looking almost navy, I am okay with. But if you're not, you may not like these two together and may want to skip the primer. Right, I am going to skip the lashes because I do like how they look. I'm going to grab that spoolie again and just gently, comb it out and press them up a bit. I feel like I'm getting a little bit of clumping, but not much. Not enough that I wouldn't use this again, but enough that I will say this is not my favorite. All right, let's move on to blush. This is from Ofra. This is actually the Glam with Suzanne Ofra collaboration blush palette. Really proud of Suzanne. This is really beautiful. And this shade up here, I'm going to be using today. And I'm going to put that on the YC Collection blush brush that came in my IPSY. I'm not going to go in too heavy with this, but I am going to pull that on the apple of the cheeks. It's a very pretty color. This is one of the baked formulas, not the pressed formulas. I've only used the pressed formula, and I do think it looks nice. Like, I do like that tone. I feel like I'm not loving this brush for this, though. You know me, I prefer a, bigger brush, but I like the tone of the product. So I'm gonna switch to this brush and just, oh yeah, much better. I feel like that just instantly did so much more. And it's the same product. So your tools are just as important as the product itself. I'm gonna take a tiny bit of this color down here because it is a little bit more on the peachy tone. And with how gold the eyes are, I wanna blend a little peachiness over that pinky rosy blush. Yeah, just to warm it up a tiny bit more. I mean, you see the background, you see the lights. We're going for this salmony orange vibe. And as always, press that powder blush in with your sponge. I feel like I haven't gone this dark on the eyes in a while. For highlight, I'm going to go into the Translucid Beauty Lucette Glow Highlighting Palette. And I'm going to do that with, let's use the old-fashioned Fenty Shark Tooth Highlighting Brush. And I'm going to actually mix these two colors together, the peachy one and the pearl. And I'm going to brow bone to cheek. I'm getting more powderiness than I am straight glow. So I'm going to add a little bit more. A little bit of a buildup. You get more of that like glowy highlight. I think it might just be the tone. I don't love it. I'm going to take a little more of that setting spray and press it into the skin. Hopefully that'll activate the pigment a little more, just to give us more of that lit from within glow. I feel like when I smile, you can see it a little more. It's just kind of a chalky finish. It's not bad if you like things that you can blend in and make a little bit more natural. For me, I like more of that glowy, so not for me. I'm just gonna grab my bronzer brush from before and just kind of blend all of that together. All right, and we can move on to lip. Quite a combo today to play with. I have out of IPSY, the Beauty For Real Deep Neutral Liner, which I'm gonna pair with, also from IPSY, the Basic Beauty Lipstick. This is a red called Fall For You. And then we're gonna top it with the Hot Cherry Fenty Heat Gloss Bomb, also from IPSY. So that's gonna be the combo on the lips today. As most of you know, I am very good friends with Leslie, the owner and founder of Beauty For Real, some of my favorite lip liners, and she is the one who told me to use this with a red, and ever since she put me on to using the nude deep liner with a red lipstick, I have not been able to go back. I'm gonna throw that lip right on top. So it has been way too long since I put on lip liner. Went a little overboard, but I really like the way that gradient of color when you go in with that darker, deeper color on the liner and then that true red in the middle. Definitely a really pretty fall gradient. Then we're gonna throw that gloss on top, just in the interest of not ruining my brand new gloss. I am gonna grab a brush to put the gloss on. I already know I love this gloss. I already know I love the Fenty glosses. We're gonna take that cherry gloss right on top. And pro tip, best way to blend a lip liner into a lipstick is gloss on a lip brush. It just brings everything together. And I still went a little overboard on this side, but it looks so much better than it did before. And to seal it all away, once again, with the setting spray. And that is the finished look of everything out of my subscription boxes for the month. Just a quick roundup. I think the highlights of things I really like the setting spray. I feel like it has helped to layer a lot of these products on and still having everything look good. Love the eyeshadow palette. I think it's a beautiful formula, always have. I love the eyeshadow palette. I don't love the highlighter palette. I just feel like it didn't do quite what I like a highlighter to do. Not a bad product, but something that's very more like blended away natural than for me, which is I like to glow. Ofra makes some of my favorite products. I already know I love the formula, but I think this is a really beautiful blush tone. I think I wouldn't go in with these more vibrant tones, but for deeper complexions like Suzanne, these are stunning on that kind of a deep, rich tone. Not so much on my complexion, but these right here, these four, Definitely something I could see myself reaching for a lot. The mascara actually held up nicely. I feel like now that the lip is so bold, I want to throw the lash on, but I don't think I need it. The primer was okay, but all in, I think I really like it. And I think the combination of the moisturizer, primer, and setting spray really just helped the skin to look really good. Like, I don't know how it looks on camera, but in person, I really, like, I feel perfected. Yes, I have pores. You're going to see them a little bit. But as a whole, I do really like how everything turned out. And I'm loving this lip combination. I could see myself reaching for this all fall long. As always, let me know your thoughts down below. I would love to hear them. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.